title, or is that not necessarily?
Yeah, I'll figure out the titles here soon enough. The titles aren't as important as just us getting on the same page and moving in the right direction in terms of what our off-season plan is, and the rest of that will take care of itself.
How concerned are you about the junior generation?
Well, look, I'm concerned about it. Obviously, we all should be concerned about it. That's a serious matter. We want to wait until the legal system runs its course, and the league obviously will do their investigation. And so,
has the league begun an investigation that would be different than how they normally?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Would any of that disposition in that case, negative light at all, affect how you feel about the player going forward that you want to?
Yeah, I don't want to speculate on that because there's so many variables in that. But obviously, it's a serious matter. We're taking it seriously, and we got to let this course first.
You mentioned Terry kind of stepping up a little bit. Was that something you specifically asked him to do, or did he just kind of set that road?
I think a little of both, really. Yes, certainly. I talked with him and I expected him to do that, and he was already doing it. So that's the kind of guy he is, and the talent that he has. And he's a big charge guy, and I like that about him.
Can you give an example of what Jeff, maybe suggested, as you say, different ways of doing things?
Well, look, we're still. We just agreed this morning.
Sure.
So I can't answer that.
What do you find the most important part of these All-Star games? Is it being able to talk to the players, meet them, or what you see on the field?
Yeah, well, look, I think it's a combination. We're just collecting information. So, obviously our scouts have seen these guys play, they've written reports on them, they've made evaluations, and yet it's another piece of information in a different environment with professional coaches, NFL coaches, and they get a chance to talk with them and interview. We're going to interview every guy, and so we're just gathering information right now. And how important it is just ultimately depends upon the information we get.
Mickey, how much weight do y'all put on those interviews with those guys when you get a chance to talk to them?
Yeah, it just varies. We're trying to answer questions about these players that we may not know, and trying to find out a little bit about their communication skills and passion for the game. There's just all kinds of things that you can glean from an interview, and obviously these guys can put their best foot forward and probably are coached at some level in terms of giving interviews, but you can still pick up some things, and that's what we're here to do, just pick up little tidbits.
So does this serve to help you focus your resources moving forward more than anything else?
Yeah, certainly, because look, the guys that we can interview here are guys that we don't have to interview at the combine or at pro days, and so there's a lot of players to evaluate and to talk with, and so we get to knock out some of the guys here, just as our guys did last week at the East West.
You seem to be working with an increased sense of urgency about things you talked about every day after the season. And how invigorating is that for you to really to dig in maybe even a little bit more than you usually?
I think that I don't know that we're more invigorated. I guess maybe we are. Look, we didn't meet our expectations this season. We got to roll up our sleeves and attack our issues, and so that's what we're doing. Whether that's with more or less energy than we've had in the past, I don't know. I guess it kind of feels like it, but we've had more change than we've had in the past with our staff, obviously, and we'll see about the roster.
Does Sean plan to come this week?
He talked about coming over for a day, but I don't know that he's going to do that. Look, he's got his hands full back on the roads.
Did Ryan have to call to ask you permission about Josh? What did Josh do?
Look, Josh has been a good part of our college scouting staff for a number of years. He's a good evaluator. He's got great people skills. And so look, it's understandable that Ryan would want him.
How does that go when he got the opportunity to go? How does that go when does he have to ask you? Does he have
Yeah, certainly, because when the guy's under contract, they have to send a request for permission, and I did that. It was a great opportunity for Josh to move out. So.
Mickey, you mentioned Sean has his hands full. What's going on differently necessarily from a coaching? Because a lot of times they do usually make this.
Well, look, I think they're back doing some self-scouting and just the normal activity that you would do. And Sean felt like his staff would be better served to stay in New Orleans and work on those aspects as opposed to being here.
And you had mentioned that Jeff's relationship with Bill Parcells. Did you seek any input with Bill? Because I know
I did not.
Yeah.
Can you say anything about the decision to keep Rob Ryan?
No,